Are you ready for a completely different type of video that still relates to RVs? Well, I got one for you today. Today we are out here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine, and I want to give a big shout out to these folks for allowing me to come out today and do this specific video. Now, this is a lot different than my other videos where I do basic walkthroughs of RVs and I talk about towing and towing safety. Today, we're going to kind of put the numbers to the test. And what do I mean by that? I have my nifty etrailer tongue weight scale. This goes up to 2,000 pounds, and it will let me know exactly how much weight is being transferred to the back of a tow vehicle in a dry format. What do I mean by that? Typically when I come out and do RV reviews, I show you the sticker on the side of every RV, which shows you the gross vehicle weight rating. In the case of this specific trailer, it's 7,720 pounds, and then I give you the cargo capacity. This one has a 1,657 pound cargo capacity. But oftentimes there's another sticker on the trailer, and sometimes it's hidden, sometimes it's hard to find, but most of the times you'll find it on the front A-frame of a travel trailer. And it's this sticker which gives you the dry weight. The dry weight on this sticker is 6,025 pounds. Now, it's pretty easy math. Typically, you take your cargo capacity out of your gross vehicle weight rating, and that will often give you the dry weight. Sometimes the dry weight is a little different because they take some different variables into account. But as shipped to this dealership with no water in it, no people, no supplies, no cargo, this trailer should weigh 6,025 pounds. Now, again, fully loaded up, it's going to have a 7,720 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And that's usually the sticker I go by whenever I talk about towing these things, because rarely are you going to have a completely empty trailer whenever you are going camping. You're going to load it up with all sorts of supplies, all sorts of camping stuff, maybe even some fresh water in the tanks, but you're probably not going to be taking it out at that dry weight. But what we're going to do today is walk around to several of these travel trailers. We're going to throw this etrailer scale underneath the tongue, and we're going to try to guess, based off the sticker, what we think the actual tongue weight is going to be without actually knowing. So this is going to be really cool. Now, again, I want to make this kind of an interesting game. So whenever I do the GVWR and then I give you the curb weight, we're going to then lower the trailer onto this scale, and let's see how accurate your guess is before you actually see the reading. So I think this is going to be a fun video. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Well, since we're in front of this Viking, this is a stick and tin unit, which means it is a wood frame with aluminum siding unit. Uses your typical residential style bat insulation in it, and these are designed to be relatively light. This specific unit looks to be, I'm probably going to say, about 32 feet long. It's relatively long, has double axles. More importantly, this has a gross vehicle weight rating, again, of 7,720 pounds. And it has a dry weight of 6,025 pounds. So, what do you think the actual tongue weight of this unit is going to be? I'm specifically trying to find them with a manual crank, just because I don't want to have to grab a battery box and hook up to different ones. So hopefully I'll be able to give you a broad spectrum of different types of travel trailers here. Anyways, we are going to put the scale underneath, and let's check out the weight. Okay, so we have the weight off of the tongue jack. It shows we are right at 700 pounds worth of tongue weight on a trailer with a dry weight of 6,025 pounds. And this is empty, which means if you load, roughly 200 to 400 pounds worth of supplies inside of this, you're gonna be between 1,000 and 1,100 pounds worth of tongue weight on the back of your truck. So what did you think? What did you think the tongue weight would be on this empty and dry travel trailer? Was it close? All right, let's move on to the next trailer. Okay, moving on to RV number 2. So this is another Viking, another stick and tin unit, dual axle. It's probably 28 feet long. It has no slides. So there's no slides on this unit. Has a gross vehicle weight rating of 7,530 pounds and a cargo capacity, a hefty 2,401 pound cargo capacity, which means the dry weight of this trailer is going to be pretty low. The sticker here shows that this has a 5,091 pound dry weight. So 5,091 pounds as delivered to the dealership. No cargo, no supplies on this as it sits. Again, GVWR 7,530 pounds. So this is over what I recommend for a half-ton truck whenever you talk about its gross vehicle weight rating, but it's under when we're talking about the dry weight. So what do you think the hitch weight on this unit is in dry configuration, not at gross vehicle weight? So we're talking a little over 5,000 pounds. Go ahead and think of your answer, and I'll start lowering the jack. So as it sits, it's got a 400-pound tongue weight. 400 pounds, which is under 10% of the dry weight. What does that mean? That means it's a lot heavier towards the back of this unit when dry than you might think. Now keep in mind, this has a 2,401 pound cargo capacity, which means if you stay well under that and you don't load it up too much, your actual tongue weight is going to be relatively low. So even though the gross vehicle weight rating of this unit is very similar to that one, the cargo capacity is significantly different because this has no slides, so they kind of reinvest that back into cargo capacity, just like you would see on a pickup truck, where the cargo capacity of the pickup truck will go up if you get less amenities, and slides are relatively heavy. So as it sits, this is only transferring 400 pounds worth of tongue weight to the back of a pickup truck when it's dry at 5,000-ish pounds. So if you're going to load this thing up with 500 pounds worth of stuff up front, you're probably going to see a tongue weight increase to upwards of about 900 to 1,000 pounds. But again, different type of trailer, similar in gross vehicle weight rating, totally different number in terms of hitch weight. So what did you think? Was it close to what you thought it would be? I have a feeling most people will believe it is much less than they thought it would be, but I'd love to know. Put a comment below and we'll move on to the next one. Now I know a lot of people are wanting me to do some of these really heavy units, and we might be able to do that if I can grab a battery pack, but I'm trying to stick to units that don't really have an electronic tongue jack up front, so it gives me the ability to manually lower it. That being said, we're going to go to a smaller unit next. So this is another Viking Saga stick and tin unit, single axle. As you can see, there's no propane tanks and no batteries up front, so this is probably going to weigh less than you might think, because the dry weight of this unit isn't going to include what it wasn't shipped with, which means the dry weight is going to be calculated a little bit low because you're likely to put a propane tank and a battery or two up front. But if we look at the sticker, we can see this has a gross vehicle weight rating of 3,883 pounds. Very, very lightweight travel trailer. Has a 979 pound cargo capacity, which means the dry weight of this unit is going to be 2,887 pounds. So this thing is super, super lightweight. So based off of the gross vehicle weight rating of this unit, 3,883 pounds, and the dry weight of this unit, 2,887 pounds, what do you think the tongue weight's going to be on this unit as configured? Keep in mind, no propane tanks, no batteries. Let's find out. So this has a 300-pound tongue weight. 300 pounds. What does that mean? That means it is 100 pounds less than that significantly longer, heavier travel trailer. Has a lot to do with how things are balanced, but this is actually pretty accurate in terms of what it should be, but this one's dry. So keep in mind, where everything is configured inside of this trailer is going to play into the tongue weight. And also, whenever you throw a couple propane cans on there and a couple batteries, that weight's going to jump up by easily 100 pounds. So what did you think the tongue weight on this really, really compact Viking Saga single axle trailer was? Were you close? I have a feeling that you were probably on the lighter side. My theory is most people probably thought it would be about 250 pounds in that range because of the dry weight. It's actually a little heavier than I thought it would be, and especially considering the fact it doesn't have any of the stuff on the front of it yet. Interesting. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. So next we have a big boy. This is a Passport Ultralite. I know it says Ultralite, but this thing's actually pretty long and pretty heavy. It's got 3 slides. It's got 2 slides on this side. Then if you come around to the other side, it's got another slide on the back. This is a big bunkhouse model. It's about 36 feet long. This is the 3290 BH bunkhouse model. Twin axles. Again, this is a very, very good sized travel trailer. You can kind of see walking back. Let's take a look at the sticker on this one. And this is a pre-owned model, but it has a manual tongue jack, so a little easier to work with. This has a gross vehicle weight rating, relatively light, 8,000 pounds. It has a cargo capacity that's relatively low, 1,180 pounds. So typically something this long would have a gross vehicle weight rating probably of about 9,600 pounds, and it would give you significantly more cargo capacity here. But because they call this thing an ultralight, they don't want you to feel as if it's too heavy for your vehicle, so they kind of derated the GVWR to 8,000 pounds, which leaves you 1,180 pounds worth of payload capacity. So the dry weight on this unit is 6,780 pounds. What do you think this one's gonna weigh? Again, 8,000 pound GVWR, very long unit, dry weight of just under 7,000 pounds. Let's go ahead and lower the tongue jack and see. So as it sits dry, this has a tongue weight of 900 pounds. 900 pound tongue weight on this 8,000 pound GVWR travel trailer. That is a bit higher than I thought it would be. And it's gonna actually go up a little bit once you consider the hitch and everything else, plus the cargo you add. So this just goes to show you that floor plan actually means quite a bit. You might think because there's two big slides in the back and there's a bunkhouse back there, a lot of structure, it would have removed a lot of the weight off the front. But we see with this unit that even though it's, you know, relatively long, yet relatively lightly rated unit, it's transferring almost 1,000 pounds to the back of a tow vehicle. And that's before you even add up all the stuff you're gonna throw inside of this unit. That's a bit surprising to me, and that's a little higher than I thought it would be. So 900 pound tongue weight on this dry unit that has an 8,000 pound GVWR.